Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bobby's Block Podcast. All right, we're coming to you live from Rozco's Comedy Club. All right, round of applause out there. We got a special guest in the building. All right, all the way from Portland. She's been here in Austin, fucking killing all week. Imani, hello. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
So well, first of all, we did a show together last night here at Roscoe's, the Friday Night Laugh show. Honestly, I had a great time.
I had a great time too. Honestly, it felt really good.
Yeah, they let me host. The crowd was really fun and energetic.
Yeah,
I really liked that show a lot. How have you like what do you think of the comedy that in Austin now, compared to
It's definitely different than Portland for sure. It's not the same. That's the only thing I can say is it's not the same at all.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know. I feel like people are more free here, and they're more mindful in Portland. And I won't say either one is bad, or either one is super good.
You definitely just called them mindless. That's kind of fire, though. You know what? You didn't.
Y'all
diss.
are wild out here.
You didn't diss in a bad way. You said the most elegant word.
I'm very diplomatic. I have to be. I don't want to get canceled by either people.
Yeah,
so
no one cancels anyone in Texas. That's the whole thing.
I don't be too liberal, but I don't know. I would say that there's leftist comedy for sure. I realize that leftist comedy is really a thing. Yeah. In Portland, people are very mindful of what they say, how they say it, the impact of what they're saying.
Are the people the audience is more on your ass in Portland? For like.
And I think it's the audience that makes you like that. To be real, and it's just the culture of Portland is to be more progressive, be mindful of people, accept everybody. Unfortunately, they do it in a really weird way. It's very bizarre culture out there. Yeah. If you're a minority, they make you feel like a minority, but also trying to help you in ways you probably didn't need to be helped.
They're like, hey, we need a nigga on this show. Let's go get that one.
Honestly, I feel like that's what helped my comedy career in Oregon.
Yo, clap it up for minorityism, helping comedy.
Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black motherfucking History Month.
That's my reparations, to be honest. It's just getting spots in Oregon for being black. That's reparations for me.
Holy shit.
That's all I need. It's just to get spots in white rooms.
I'm from Florida. I won't lie to you, man. I've literally never thought about Portland or Oregon comedy, anything. So you started there?
Yeah, I started there. I'm from there. I mean, my dad was in the military, so I lived in Killeen, Texas for 11 years of my life.
Okay.
Elementary school and middle school. But I've lived in Oregon all my adult life, 100%.
That's the part of life that matters anyway.
That's the part of life that matters. And it's so crazy. As soon as I moved there, I was the first, or not first, but only black girl in the entire class. And it was bizarre to me because living in Texas, that was not a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially when you get into high school, you're like, damn, there's 2 other black people in this entire school.
you were like everybody hates Chris at school.
For real, I was like that. It's what the fuck? There's so many white people here. And at least people are trying to be a little bit progressive, but they do it in a way where it's obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. Yeah. But I think with comedy, the writing is smarter. I don't know. I don't want to say it's smarter because I just think it's smarter because we can't use certain words. Yeah. We can make a similar point, but we are more mindful of what we say.
Honestly, that makes sense. Here in Austin, people will get straight to the point and just drop the F-bomb.
Yeah.
The first
you guys
word
are willing to get straight to the point, which is that's the thing that's good is you guys are able to get straight to the point where we all have to do a little delicate dance to make sure that nobody really gets offended or that we can show them the bad people that they are, delicately. They need sugarcoating or not in Austin, but in Portland, you have to sugarcoat everything.
Yeah, I do think honestly that makes sense that you say that because you have a lot of well-written jokes. You write really right. Is that even grammatically correct? Write really good. I don't know, probably, but
really well, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Last night was the first time I got to actually see you on stage. I saw you at we met at Vulcan and stuff, but I had to walk here to do a different show. But you were fucking crushing. You were killing it yesterday.
Yeah, it felt good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt don't know. You guys have good crowds. That was like the show where I truly felt like, oh, I did really well.
Yeah, and it was your last night. All right,
Yeah.
you're going back tomorrow.
Or today. Later today, actually.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for making time for this
I know,
show.
later today. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to do a little bit of lurking to get ready for this, and your Instagram is probably one of the I saw the pin tweet. How the fuck did Katt Williams find you? Tell me that was.
Well, as soon as I saw the notification that said Katt Williams' name, I 100% was like impulse DM, because I was like, I'm gonna talk to him. I gotta. And I didn't expect him to respond at all. I was just like, I just got to tell him how amazing he is as a person.
Katt's great. He's amazing.
Yeah, and to get that response, I felt all special inside. I'm guaranteed that felt so good.
Yeah, that's fucking big.
And then guess what? That's when the Shake Shack thing happened, like a couple weeks later.
Yeah.
And I was, or maybe a couple months later, and people were like, "Oh, Imani, you got to talk to about Katt Williams."
Wait, can we read it for the audience?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go find it. But yeah, wait. So what's the Shake Shack thing that you were talking about?
His interview with Shay Shack.
Oh, Shay. You're calling it the Shay. You're calling Shannon Sharp show the Shay Shack show.
Well, I'm a little. Actually, I never really knew what the name was. I don't really know him
it's
either.
Club Shay Shay. When you said that, in my brain, I was like, "Does Shake Shack sponsor her?"
I recognize him from Instagram sports videos, but I didn't know what was his name.
He's Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp. I literally watch his content every day. Oh, my service sucks here. Come on.
Yeah, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh wow, that would be so much smarter of me. I honestly don't even think about that. But yeah, honestly, the Shake Shack shows. But yeah, I thought Shake Shack the restaurant sponsored you on Instagram
Shake
or something.
Shack.
When you said that, I was like, what is she talking about?
You got me though. You figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay, Katt Williams said, you really are a great comic already. Just know that what you're doing is rare and will be impossible to be undermined. Be encouraged. It's a long road, but you're guaranteed. It felt so good.
That was insane. Okay, all right.
That's Katt Williams, Rose.
Yeah. Salute to you, by the way. That's hard work. He recognized something, obviously.
Yeah, and it's just from posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels good when I realize that people I admire a lot are following me or giving me encouragement.
Yeah.
I really love Greer Barnes, and sometimes he'll put laugh reactions on my reels, and I'm like,
that's big.
He likes my sense of humor, and he's fucking famous.
Yeah. That's actually that is the best feeling. I don't know, man. I was just happy, and then I'm fucking swiping to the left, and you're opening for Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah, that's an interesting story. So there's a local guy who headlines. He's very funny, and I think he's done some television stuff. But Tyler Bowe
in Portland,
and he and I did a show together at the Liberty Theater, and it was a pretty big show at the Coast. And he said he didn't even see my set, which is crazy. But he was like, "You did really good." He asked me if I wanted to open for someone. He didn't even say who it was. He was like, do you have March 3rd open? And I was like, yeah, I don't have anything booked that day. And then he was like, I'm gonna see if I can have you open. Then later on, he's like, yeah, you can open for Roy Wood Jr.
Holy shit! Yeah.
That's fucking. He's the feature, but I'm like, doing a little guest spot on a show that's
fucking big, yo.
Is the craziest thing in my life right now.
That's kind of cool that he didn't tell you who it was.
Yeah.
Or were you all I don't know. I
didn't know who it was at all. I wouldn't have even guessed that was happening in the city. But that shit makes me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
When you said it's March, it's next month. It's
it's in May.
May.
So it's out there.
Okay.
Plenty of time to make sure that I am in good shape.
Yeah. So are you just going around places right now, just doing shows, hanging out in different scenes, or you just?
That's what I want to do. I don't want to live in Oregon my whole life.
Yeah.
I really don't want to die there. So God forbid. But I don't know. I want to go around and see what different scenes are like. It felt really good to be in LA. I was like, oh, these people are kind of cool.
LA was so much fun. I was in LA for 2 months before I came here. That's where I wanted to move when I left Florida. I had a really good time there.
It was fun. I would be in LA, or I haven't been to the New York comedy scene, but I'm so curious.
Yeah, me either.
So curious.
That's literally exactly. I've never been to New York before, but I really want to go and like test it out and see what's going on. Like,
yeah.
I wanted to go there originally, but I wasn't getting any dates there. I got dates in LA way faster than I got dates in New York, so I went to LA instead. But I am hopeful of it. You know.
Yeah.
I think it'll be exciting. I know a lot of people who are like up there, I guess, grinding or whatever, you call it. So I mean, shout out to them, but are you going there soon?
Potentially in June,
okay.
I think, which would be a perfect time to go weather-wise.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like June, spring is probably less, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hot or cold.
I don't know. Global warming is changing all the seasons. It's gonna be fucking snowing in June in New York this year, I bet.
Dude,
I'm putting all my money on it.
Snowstorms.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys get like tornadoes and shit here?
Well, I have only been here for like 4 months. I don't know what they get here.
Hurricanes?
Yeah, in Florida there were a lot of like, it's like hurricane season and certain shit like that. So yeah, we have that.
We get bad snowstorms, like power outages, or like in the last year we've had like big heats, like I don't know, the temperatures got to like 116, 103.
That's how it is here in the summer.
People are not prepared for that in Oregon because we don't have AC in our homes. It's
that is insane. How do you not have like they just don't install AC in the houses in Oregon?
That's just not a thing. What that was so bizarre to me is like it's not a thing. Nobody's house, and some apartment complexes, well, they have to have heat. I think it's illegal for them not to have heat in homes because in Oregon gets cold.
Yeah.
But when it comes to AC, it's not. So
that's like, first of all, they should come together. Like, why do people separate?
Exactly. Why are they two separate things?
Yeah, they should be a package.
It should just be temperature. That's what it should be.
They just broke up like cable and all the streaming services. It's like, no, you're gonna pay for AC every month and heat every month. I think that's insane. How do you survive without AC in this? Like, what have you been doing every summer?
There's a lot of like, we don't have amusement parks or anything like that in Oregon.
No tourist attraction stuff?
We do have like tons of like water holes and like there's trails and shit, and I don't know. People go out in nature during the summer.
Calling it the watering hole is crazy. Like, this is Africa.
I don't know how to describe the Pacific Northwest.
And here they let us drink. This is where they keep all the water.
There's this place that I really love. It's called Dukin Falls, and I go there all the time. It's just the most beautiful, like, there's waterfalls, people jump in. Like,
that'd be really cool to see.
And it's in the middle of the forest, so it's just like this cool place to be at.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's what people do to cool down on those hot days, but those places will blow up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Try to do comedy, bars and stuff, like they have AC, but in homes, like staying home is not an option in the summer.
That would piss me. Like they force you all to go. They're gonna say they literally force you all to socialize.
Exactly, during the summer. But also people want to because
if Florida was like that or this place, I would lose my mind. I had no idea about.
Yeah, Oregon has 9 months of bad weather and then 3 months of summer.
Yeah.
So it's just dark for 9 whole months of the year. That is the most depressing fucking thing to deal with.
I would hate that. No.
People need sunshine. I think being here, I'm like, wow, this is bright and I love it.
Your eyes are fucking hurting and shit. What made you start doing comedy? Like were you always this funny? Were you always like charismatic?
I think people thought I was funny, but I didn't think too much of it. I feel like all my friends are funny. Everybody I'm around all the time is funny. Like, it's a weird thing. I just was always around funny people. And so that kind of made me, like, influences my comedy. I love being around my friends because they're all very funny people. Even the people who have never wanted to do comedy a day in their life are just stupidly funny. But, sorry, I need to drink this real quick.
Yeah, no, you're good. I think so too. Like, I mean, the people who you're around kind of, like stories that you would have. I mean, people are storytellers or whatever. It's literally just from the people that are always with you. You kind of, I wouldn't say take on your friends' sense of like funny, but you know, y'all have like as a collective group, I think everyone
we were constantly
is more
doing
funny.
bits. Like
Yeah.
all of my friends,
Yeah.
we just did bits our whole life, and we weren't even thinking about it as, in terms of like stand up. Sometimes I'm like, you have to do stand up too. I swear to God, you're funnier than me. You
Yeah.
got to join this. But they're like, that's not anything that's on their mind. They don't care about that kind of stuff. They're like, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And I was always like, jumping into comedy is the only thing I feel like that makes me different than the people who are always around me. My siblings are funny. My parents are funny. Everyone's funny, but they just live regular lives.
Yeah. You actually got on stage.
Yeah, I was like, I actually was the one who like made the jump. But I also did it because I had a friend who was like, you should try stand up. He was the only person to ever suggest it to me. And I did it. And I stopped doing it after that because the pandemic happened.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't
so
do
this
it
was
for
what,
like a year and a half.
2020 is when
Yeah.
you started then?
I technically started in 2019. That was the first time
Okay.
I ever got up on stage.
Okay. I was 2018. And then like I got up a little bit, but I wasn't really consistent until 2019.
2021 is when I became consistent.
Yeah.
And it just took off because white guilt and the
Yeah.
fact that we were protesting like crazy during that time.
Clap it up for white guilt, man.
Yes.
One time. Shout out to all the white
It's such a
listeners out
weird
there.
thing to do that when you're guilty. Like,
Yeah. What you think? What, like support something?
well, like everybody was like, well, now we have to uplift the Black and the POC voice and the LGBT voice. And so everybody, like, it's almost feels like it's required to have somebody from a minority group on a show. It's like a requirement.
Yeah.
Like around the whole scene, which is nice.
Yeah.
Because I'm part of those groups. So
Yeah.
it's really fun to get up there because but I feel bad for white people and like straight white males. I'm like, damn, nobody cares about you.
The ones in comedy or
like,
Portland?
In the Portland comedy scene, like straight white males get it bad.
Well, people don't fuck with them in Portland.
Basically, I feel so bad, but that's the truth.
Yeah. And how many like what was the difference? How many of them are there in Portland? Like here, there's like 80% white male comics.
There's a ton of white male comics in Portland. That's the funny thing. It's just like people are like, well, we want to support other people's voices.
All right. Well,
And we're done with you, white people.
all right. Well, those white guys got to go find an area
I
where.
know. I'm unfortunate. Like, unfortunately, white people need to move out of.
That's the name of this episode. White people move out of Portland. That's.
They didn't even want us there forever, and now we're dominating that bitch.
What's your favorite moment of your career so far?
It wasn't even like it influenced by my career art at all, but I went to see Miss Pat recently.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Pat's fucking hilarious.
She's fucking hilarious. Just that's a huge highlight of the
Yeah.
year. Just watching her, she's so fucking funny. And I got to take a picture with her, but I was too shy to even talk to her. I was just kind of like,
You didn't say, "Hi, I'm Imani." You didn't
no,
do.
I did the fangirl, like,
Yeah.
gonna cry. I'm like, this is my favorite person ever. But I don't know. I was freaking out.
Yeah.
I love her. She's
fucking hilarious.
I like the Miss Pat show. I don't know. She's like, I feel like I compare my comedy to her sense of humor because it's like about me, but funny. But it's also like she does things I've strived to do. Like, I wish I was more of a storyteller. I don't tell that many stories in my jokes.
Yeah.
I just present ideas in the same way I think she
Yeah.
does. And she's dark and I'm dark. I love her for so many reasons.
And so are their jokes.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. I think I could see that for sure. Like her comedy is very, very good. But I think we learn those things. Like pretty much only 4 years in, you learn how to tell a better story over time.
Yeah.
Like I really love Ali Siddiq and how he tells stories and shit like that. And like just watching his shows, I think you pick up on a lot of things and you're like, okay, let me try this. Now that like once you get more into the game of it, you know?
One of my favorite comedians right now is Curtis Cook. He's like so fucking funny to me. He's made up his stories. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this out on the microphone, but some of his stories are complete bullshit, but they are the funniest stories that you could ever hear.
But that's what we do, you know?
He just pulls some random thing out of his ass and he tells a story as if it was something that happened to him. And it's like gold. And I want to be a storyteller like that as well, where I can just like create freely.
I try to like make myself be more silly these days, just because like, you know, like my friends in the comics I'm around here are more silly. My comedy is very like realistic based and like situations that I've been through myself or something like that. But I want to learn how to like just say the most random shit ever and then, you know, make it something good. That's always pretty fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's one of my favorite things. Just make up a bullshit premise that's out of thin air. Like I was talking about something that happened at Red Robin's in Oregon where somebody came in someone's salad. It's fucking wild.
Christ.
It's like not even typically a joke I would say on stage, but I just thought it was so funny that I wrote an entire joke about how like he must have had come more than once for him to even know.
That's great. You're just outing him as bi.
Well, it's just like going through the idea of this story, like, and they said they're going to do DNA testing to find out who did it, and I'm like, so, like, these people have to like come in like a syringe, and they have to. It's just that story is just wild to me.
Lining up I used to work in a restaurant. Lining up all your workers and trying to explain to them, all y'all got to come in this cup real quick. Yo, that would be the wildest shit about.
It's the craziest thing in the world.
You can't ask that from your employees.
It's too funny. That whole entire story is just too funny to me. And I can't believe it's a real, true story.
Jesus Christ.
Clackamas semen salad. You could Google it like that. I bet you could put that into Google and get the story. Clackamas semen salad.
That's insane. I'm terrified to eat salads, which I don't do anyway, but
I don't know what would make someone come in a salad.
You must like I don't know. That has to be revenge. Like you must know the person and be like,
exactly.
Like you knew them in school. They used to bully you back in the day, and they come into your restaurant. You're like,
it's just diabolical.
I've been waiting 20 years to get you back.
That's so diabolical to do something like that.
People got to get revenge how they got to get revenge, you know? It's part of the game.
But
can't be it. What were you working before comedy? What jobs have you had before?
I work and currently work at a UPS store. So I work for it's just a casual job. It's such a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
Take Amazon packages and put them away. It's such a mindless thing.
Yeah.
So
you work inside? They don't have you outside in the fields?
Nope. It's just inside in the store. The only thing you have to deal with is some stupid customers, like idiots. Like literally they don't know how to use a computer. They don't know how to use their email. That's like, how old are you? How do you not know how to send an email? How do you not know what a PDF is?
I mean, people are like that. We're at the age where we've had it our whole lives at this point, but people haven't. There's still people out there who are like the new shit comes out and they're fucked up. They're fucked up about it.
I don't mind. Like if they say they don't understand Excel, I'm like, me neither. Yeah. So you're good. But like, don't know how to pull up a Word document.
Yeah.
I was like, I realize how young I am at that job all the time.
Yeah, everyone who works there is older than you.
Well, everybody's like the same age, so I work with a lot of young people. And we just make fun of these old people because they don't know how to do things that we've been doing our whole lives.
Do you like the job? Is it a fun thing or you just...
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a fun thing to do. I worked in property management when I first started comedy.
Yeah.
It was like...
What does that mean?
I was like a landlord, essentially.
You were the ops?
I was the ops.
You were the ops? No way. I got evicted.
I was the ops. I was the ops. I worked for a nonprofit that...
Jesus Christ.
That did low-income HUD housing and stuff. So I was the ops to black people.
Yo, no way.
It was the worst job I ever had.
Jesus
in
Christ.
my life.
Yeah, you were evicted. You were evicting us, man. That's crazy.
Signing eviction notices. I feel so bad.
I got evicted before while we were doing this podcast. Like, I used to do this podcast in an apartment in Jacksonville, and then like we were just having a fun ass time, you know. So I don't know. It still hurts.
Yeah, no, I feel bad.
You should honestly,
or even denying people housing, because we work with people who are homeless as well.
Do you talk about that on stage? Or you try to hide that part of your life from the world?
I try to hide that part of my life.
Now they know. You just told them.
Now
okay,
they know.
You're exposed.
I'm an op.
You being the ops is crazy.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh. Now we know, guys. Imani's putting the babies on the streets. You know? In Portland, Imani is putting the babies on the streets.
No, I went back to the UPS store to have a simple life again.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt so. The people will cuss you out too. They're like, "Fuck you, dumb bitch."
Of course, you're ruining their life. You literally just took everything they had.
I feel like I was too nice for that. Like, I don't have the tough skin that it takes to be in a job like that. And they do pay well because you're getting abused every single day in that job. So they pay for like your abuse.
Yeah.
So I liked that I was making a lot of money for like 2 years. And then I realized, oh, your mental health is fucked, Imani. Like, you are getting yelled at all the time. You're not happy. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go to work. You cry before you go to work because it feels like you're just going to get bullied or beat up.
Yeah, but you can use a good cry before work sometimes.
Yeah, you could.
You know, everybody. You know, if you're going to work right now, listen to this podcast, before you walk inside, just cry real quick. Yeah. You know, right now. Lock the door in your car, put a song on, just cry real quick, you know.
Sometimes you just got to get it out. You can't just let it all stay in. You got to get it out. But also, I realized from crying that I was like, I need to quit this fucking job. I can't do this anymore. I was like, I'm stressed out all the time. I shouldn't feel anxiety before going to work. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. And so now I'm back at the UPS store and doing Amazon returns. And
that's kind of hard, yo. Shout out to Amazon. Are you gonna live in the housing situation that they're building for y'all? You're not gonna live in their Amazon neighborhood?
No, that seems too much like that movie. What's that movie called?
What?
Well, Keith Stanfield's in it, and he turns into a. Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you.
Have you seen that?
Where he like the horses and shit. Okay.
At the end.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like, that's kind of sounding similar to.
Yeah, listen. You work for you doing the Amazon stuff, the UPS stuff. They're building neighborhoods for y'all to stay in. It might be free though. You're not going to save that rent. You know.
I feel like a workhorse. Like, this is. That's literally just. No, but also I want to eventually be a full-time comic, so
I think you will be. You're gonna be great at it.
It's expensive.
It is. I just started flying around. Like I was only pretty much just in Florida for the last for the first 4 years, and then last year I just started going places and doing stuff. I did first impressions at Chocolate Sundays. I had spent pretty much $900 to fly from Jacksonville to LA. And I had 3 minutes of stage time. That the first time you do that, it's like you get 3 minutes, and I was, and then I didn't make any money on that trip at all. That's what I learned.
That's what I learned from this trip. Is I should have made better decisions, at least with trying to get shows. Yeah. Maybe way in advance. I didn't try at all. I was just kind of lazy about it.
What did my friends, you didn't hit people up? You didn't talk to?
Yeah, it's I know of people who live here, but it's hard to send the message to people.
You think so? It does feel pretty weird, especially sometimes when people don't know you.
Or if they don't know you, or if they know you well enough to give you a spot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish I did that. I got lucky. Cam Patterson was the only person I reached out to.
Yeah. And shout out to the guy, man.
He's actually the sweetest human being. I've never met him before this trip, and so he's nice.
Yeah, no, before we met, he told me that you were funny. Before I met you that night, that day at Vulcan, we were just talking about the lineup or the show or whatever. He's part of this podcast now. He didn't know it, but when I got here, I made him just do the episodes with me, and those are the greatest episodes. Shout out to the guy, man. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to ask you, this question that we ask everyone. Is there anything in the world, all right, that you could erase or delete, anything at all? What are you going to choose?
I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't like.
Yeah.
That I would just get rid of. I think I would get rid of, like, I don't know. This is a hard question.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and like, I don't like laundry detergent that's powder form. I don't like gnomes. I hate crickets.
Wait.
I hate crickets so much. They fucking scare me.
Well, you would hate this place in about 2 more months.
I used to live in Killeen. It's like that. I hate crickets with every bone in my body. I hate roaches. I hate bugs. Actually, I get rid of bugs.
Yeah.
They have to die. Yeah. Like, I think there's
murdering bugs and evicting black people. Let's go.
I don't know. Bugs are so gross. And they look nasty. And I feel like God didn't make those.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
You don't think God made bugs, yo? You don't think he made butterflies?
No, he might have made those because they're pretty, but he didn't make.
It's a bug.
He didn't make those. Those things look like aliens. I watched Planet Earth, and they did it. I guess it was also on shrooms, so there was that.
Nice.
But I watched it, and they did an insect episode, and I was fucking scared. All of these insects are like deadly or like gross looking, or I don't know. It just made me want to eradicate all of them from the face of the planet.
That might fuck the world up. So you think we could get, if we got rid of all the bugs, do you think the world would be fucked up low key? Everything would start to change.
I guess that's true because they do stuff for the plants and stuff.
And chickens eat them. Then like the birds would start dying. And then stuff that eats that would start dying.
Okay, we'll get rid of the unnecessary ones like roaches.
All right, yeah, roaches.
Roaches are supposed to survive the fucking nuclear explosions. Get rid of those. Nothing needs to live that long. It's a disadvantage.
But they're like the worst thing to like they live that long, but they can't even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not a type of species that like if monkeys were like, surviving all that shit, they would have much more fun in life. They do more, I feel like roaches are just
crawl around and be gross.
Yeah, they have no brain, no minds. They can't think. They have I don't know. It'd be hateful. What are your plans for, like moving forward? Do you have anything in mind? Like shooting anything, putting out anything on YouTube, any content that you do?
Yeah, actually.
You do a lot of festivals.
I wish I did more festivals, but I am trying out this thing on my Instagram called Imani. It's like I used to film myself high, and I used to do YouTube before I ever did comedy. Yeah. And I have privated all of those videos because I don't want anyone to see.
Wait, what's your channel name?
It's just Imani Denae on YouTube. But I've privated so many of those videos because I was a fucking weirdo.
Wait, what year was this? When were you posting?
This is like 2018.
Okay.
2018, 2019. I was posting all kinds of like goofy videos. On my on my YouTube channel, and I don't know. I want to bring that kind of spirit back into my comedy because I was rewatching them. I'm like, I was kind of funny. Yeah. I was kind of a goofball.
You should put it. I want to watch these now. You should put it back. So wait, so you're doing it again now?
Yeah, I have this Instagram account I made called Imani, and it's just because I was high all of those videos. So me on weed, it's a fun time.
Yeah,
it's a fun time.
That's pretty much the only thing that I do. I love weed. I smoke a lot.
I don't do any of those other things. I'm not a fucking bad person. Weed is the
damn. Why are they bad people? Why they're all bad people?
Dangerous. Yeah, I don't know. It's being. I'm like a mother. I'm sounding like somebody's mom. Like, it's dangerous. Just be careful, okay? Yeah. But yeah, I only smoke weed, and I've smoked weed for a very, very long time. Yeah. So it's.
So Imani, you're like telling stories just while you're high.
Yeah, there's like times I tell stories, talk about how I'm feeling. Like, I think once I was like, tie dye makes me feel more high. And
Like the clothes?
Like the clothes.
The colors?
Just wearing tie-dye. I'm like, oh, I'm higher than...
Yo, that is conspiracy theories are crazy, yo.
Oh, also, here, I can even read one off. And this is like, I found a Facebook memory. And
back in the day, those were the best.
Back in 2012.
Damn.
And it's the most... I didn't smoke weed in 2012.
I was about to say, you were smoking weed as a preteen?
To be honest, I didn't smoke weed until I was 18. But I took a screenshot of it. It's the goofiest thing in the world that I've ever said. And it sounds like a high statement.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. Those people who get special treatment, now you know that's not fair.
Just random.
It's such a random high thing to say. Because special treatment isn't fair. It's literally special treatment.
Yeah. What were you smoking? All right, I feel like honestly that's one thing that I don't think the weed here in Texas is that good. But
Oregon weed, we have so much and so many varieties, and people are growers and they have farms and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that shit is like weed is like
weed industry.
Weed is
real.
like a secret in Texas, man. Like you gotta hide it a little bit sometimes. I don't like that.
Yeah, I was afraid to bring any weed here. I was like, what if I get caught and so I go to jail in Texas?
Yeah,
I can do it in California. I've done it to New York, but
went to jail.
No.
Oh, with the weed? Okay, all right.
I was like, do I look like I've ever been to jail?
Jail was the last thing on my mind, and I was gonna ask. I was like, wait, you were inside? What did you do? Yeah.
No, I was like, my brother's in prison. He's getting out this year. It's very exciting.
Hey, that's wrong.
Shout out to Aaron. He's getting out.
Does he know that you're a famous comedian now, doing comedy?
I've told him, kind of. He doesn't really believe me. It's like basically like I'll believe it when I see it. But I also asked him one time, I was like, Aaron, do you got a phone in there? Could you watch? Because I've been seeing they got like people in prison have whole TikTok channels.
Yeah, they got iPods and shit.
So I was like,
iPads.
Aaron, you should, if you got one of those, go on my Instagram or go on my. I think I told him to go on my TikTok. He'll see that I went viral on something. He'll see my sense of humor. He's like, Imani, people don't got that kind of shit here.
Like, damn. Yo, man, give the homies iPads, man. Let them watch their siblings do their shit, man.
I think he was really saying it because he was like, don't snitch on us.
To hide it.
Those phone calls are recorded, so sometimes I forget that I can't say or ask him certain questions about prison.
That's kind of crazy.
He told me he got sent to the hole for making hooch. He's like, I'm the best hooch maker in this jail.
Sent to the hole. I just keep thinking about it. The damn Toy Story when they put a potato head in there.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like prison sounds crazy to me, but like my brother, him and I were like this before he went into prison. He's been in there for 10 years for armed robbery, which is
10 years is insane.
It's insane, but this is Oregon, and they fucking will give people the maximum sentence. The majority of black people in Oregon are in prison, which is insane.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Oregon's such a fucked place. It's such a fucked place. Portland is, because the police out there are fucking wild, especially after the pandemic happened.
Yeah. Okay. The police here in Austin, they just sit on those fucking horses all weekend and don't do anything.
It's as soon as you leave Portland proper, like as soon as you go to the suburbs, those police are on it. They fucking want to arrest everybody all the time.
That would terrify me.
But then when you're in Portland proper, it's because drugs are legal. The police are just like, and look at that drug addict. We'll let them pee on the side of the building. Like downtown is fucking wild. We had a fentanyl den that got like shut down. It was like a abandoned building that they found out that people were doing fentanyl inside. Like, so homeless people were walking in and out of the building, and there was needles everywhere. There was drug paraphernalia everywhere.
Was this by your neighborhood?
It was right across the bar we did comedy at. So that was like, it was insane.
Of course there's comedy next to the heroin den, yo.
It was fucking insane. It was directly across the street.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking wild.
All right, give me the tea. What comics you saw going in and out of there? All right. I know it's some of them.
I remember seeing people piss out there all the time. People pissing, bent over. Like,
yeah.
that was like the scariest place to be doing comedy. They decided to stop doing comedy there. Maybe they were looking out for people's safety.
Yeah.
People walked over, like comics walked over a dead body on the way to the mic, and they didn't even know.
Yeah. I was about to say, if they didn't know. Or
they didn't know until the ambulance and stuff came.
Oh. Although it was like just a guy laying down.
Yeah, they just kind of thought he was like, people are doing that. Homeless people be all up against buildings. And
I bet they knew. They were like, I gotta go do my 3-minute spot, man. I can't fuck with this right now. I'm up next.
I've done that before. I remember I saw a stray cat, and I was like, the cat came up to me, and it had a collar and everything. And it had the collar had a QR code. And I was like, oh, maybe if I scan this code, then I'll find out who it is or whatever.
Yeah.
I scanned the code. It's like, download this app. And I was like, good luck, cat.
Put in your credit card. What's your information? Social Security. That's a scam.
I was like, good luck, cat.
Yeah.
Somebody was, hope you get home. I'm not going to do all that shit.
They're using pests to scam now. That's kind of wild, yo.
Also calling the police. I've tried that once. It's too many options. It's such a task. I just don't. I remember this guy passed out in front of me and he hit his head and it was blood. And I started to call the police. And then it started asking a bunch of random questions like, where are you? And but it was a robot talking to you before you even talk to it.
It was automated?
Automated message before you actually get to a human. And it's like a minute and a half of automated message.
That would piss me off, yeah.
And I'm like, get me to a person so I can tell them where I'm fucking at. What the hell?
Listen, it's these robots, man. AI, it's swooping everything now. It's even cracking in the police force, man. That's
they're
insane.
supposed to show up at the scene of an accident if the damage is over $5,000 or whatever.
Like the robots they make and shit?
Well, not the robots, but the police are supposed to show up after an accident. I got in a bad accident. I was fine physically and everybody else was fine, but my car was fucked up because I took out my whole headlight in the front of the car in the accident. And the police never showed up. They were like, we're not coming.
Yeah. All right, wait.
You're supposed to come to big accidents?
You hit someone or they hit you?
It was during a snowstorm, and I slid into the back of their car.
You were driving into a snowstorm?
Well, what happened was...
Stay inside, yo. What the fuck?
I knew it was going to snow. Everybody knew on the weather it was going to snow.
I've never thought about a snowstorm. I've never left my house being like, let me prepare for the snowstorm today.
I was like, oh, I think that I have enough time before it starts snowing to go to the pharmacy and pick up my medication, which they did not have when I got there, which made me so mad.
That's actually fun.
I wasted my fucking time going over there in the first place. But when I got out of the pharmacy, I went out to my car and there was 4 inches of snow on my car. I was like, fuck, I need to get home. So obviously I'm trying to get out the parking lot and there's snow everywhere, trying to get onto the road. And then there was a slight incline in the road and the car in front of me stopped at the stoplight. And I was pushing the brake, I was pushing it a bunch, and I just spun out and hit the back of their car.
No, I don't fuck with that.
I was so mad because I was like, that's not my fault. There can't be any. I know it's my fault because you're supposed to be able to control your car. But I was so frustrated. I was like,
that sounds terrifying, yo. I mean, rainstorms and stuff is what I'm used to. But you put your hobby, you drive slower. You're going 60 or something, or I don't know. There's probably ice and shit. I get it.
There's tons of ice and snow because the streets just recently were snowed on. They were but I felt so bad. The girl thought I was about to pass out. I was freaking out. I'd never been in a car accident before. So
hyperventilating into a bag.
And I was just freaking out. I was shaking. I was like, I don't because I was supposed to be at the airport later that day. So I was like, I don't have time for this. I want to leave.
Those be the days, yo.
Yeah, it was a mental breakdown.
Yeah. Do you watch shows? Do you like movies and things like that?
I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah. What do you like? What do you like to turn on?
I love sitcoms, even cheesy sitcoms. I don't care. I watch the Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yo, I like that show a lot. I'm watching it right now because I'm taking a course from this guy named Sydney, and he's a writer on a lot of shows in Hollywood. He's a really funny comedian, Sidney Castillo, and I have to watch The Neighborhood and write my own specs, for it. Yeah, it's been tough as fuck. Trying to this has been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I do enjoy the show.
The show is it's clever. I like it. I like the dynamic between that white family and their family. It's cute. And I really liked Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I watched that show. I binge watched it in 4 days.
I've scrolled past it like several times. I've never started it before.
Because it's like about a female comedian who like her manager pushes for her career so much. It's based off of Joan Rivers' like life story. Yeah, which I didn't know that until like finishing.
What do you think of? Have you seen Hacks? Do you know that?
I haven't seen Hacks, but I started watching Crashing.
Okay.
Pete Holmes thing.
Yeah.
That's an interesting show. Sometimes it could be cringe. Same with Dave. I don't know if you've ever seen Dave.
Oh, Dickie Show? Yes.
Yeah,
I was really...
Sometimes it can be cringe. Those episodes can be like, oh my God, you did something that I just hate that you did so much.
I think today, not even today, I think forever. I think sometimes TV's cringy, you know? Yeah. That's what you gotta have that. Like they make you put, hey, like if you could turn in something with no cringe and the execs are like, hey, no, we gotta make this...
add some cringe to this.
Make this fucking hurt, you know?
There's a show I really want to watch, and that's the Vince Staples show.
I finished it already. It's like it's quick. It's 5 episodes.
Okay.
I think you would like it a lot. It was very interesting.
I almost want to buy Netflix because I don't have Netflix anymore.
Yeah. Oh no, I was using other people's account.
I need to use somebody's account for that.
Yeah. Somebody give Imani their Netflix, man. Put it in the comments. All right, if you have a Netflix that we can watch, we really need the help. Do you think you could ever be like acting or on shows or anything? What do you ever thought about that?
Not really acting, but I took acting courses when I was in college.
Where'd you go?
I went to Portland State University for 6 months.
Yeah.
I dropped out of school. I was just like, this.
I dropped out of community college, so I don't know.
Yeah. And then I went to community college afterwards, and then dropped out of school.
Hey, gang
and
shit.
And then I was like, nah, I can't do this again. And I went again, and I dropped out 3 separate times.
Let me make sure I don't fuck with this right there. You know.
My dad was like, you need to just get something, at least something from school. And I was just, I don't like school that much. I have like dyslexia, and then like, school's always been hard. It's always been difficult. But yeah, what was the question again?
Honestly, I'm so high right now. I really don't remember. I think we were talking about shows at first. Shows. Yeah.
Oh, yes. You were asking if I wanted to do acting.
That is, yeah. Like, have you ever thought about, you being in things like that? You're a very silly person, so I feel like watching you on stage, I think you would fit in that world.
I've always wanted to do reality television. Yeah. I've always wanted to do that.
That would be hard. What kind of reality show would you want to be on? Like where they fighting and shit?
No,
not the bad girls?
Not baddies. Although I do watch the show, not baddies.
You don't want to throw hands?
I really don't think that they would. I don't know. I would get really mad. And I wouldn't be able to put up with it. I'm like, I need to leave.
Yeah.
No.
What would you like?
I would be in like, I've auditioned for Big Brother before.
What's that? Which one? That's
And I've never seen the show really, but it's like, I know they have like a camera in the room watching them, and somehow somebody wins money. I don't know.
Okay.
But I auditioned for that show, and I got a call back from another show that I auditioned for called, it's like Name That Tune.
Okay, all right. And
it
did
has
you?
That chick from 30 Rock, the blonde girl from 30 Rock. She's the host.
Yeah.
And I got that one, but I didn't call them back because I'm a chicken.
Whoa! You ghosted these people?
Yeah.
After you got the That's crazy. Why'd you ghost them?
Because I didn't know how I was gonna make it happen. Like.
What do you mean? Like getting there?
Yeah, because it's overseas. It was in I didn't know it was filmed in Ireland.
That's actually pretty wild.
That's filmed in Ireland. It didn't make any sense to me why that TV show would be filmed in a different country.
That's kind of hard though.
But then I was like, oh, I don't know how to take care of that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Was this when you were already doing comedy? Like this recently happened?
That happened recently. I guess fairly. Not this year, last year, but 2022. I'm still a coward. I'm working on that.
All right, I think you should do it. I think next time something like this happens, give it a try. I think it'd be very fun.
I always watched like reality TV my entire life. That was like my favorite thing in the entire world to watch.
Like the dating shows and stuff.
Dating shows, like cooking shows, home improvement shit.
Yeah.
Like literally whatever reality TV, like making knives in a contest, fashion TV shows.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it was reality TV, I was like...
You were hooked? You were watching it?
I was watching Next. I was watching.
Yo, Next. Yo,
dude,
shout out
I just watched
to
the wildest
Next.
episode of Next.
Is it on YouTube or something?
It's on Hulu. No,
if you don't know what Next
it's on
is,
Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon.
It's back in the day when it was pretty much a dating show. People would get on this bus. It was a bunch of contestants. They would step off the bus and then go on a date with this person. So you still watch that show today?
Yes. I saw this episode that could get canceled so easily in today's climate.
What is it?
So this guy goes on the date with the girl and he has to fall down the stairs. That's the the test for the date. And he doesn't do a good job falling down the stairs. So the girl's like, next. And so he pulls down his pants and has his dick out and chases these women around. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yo,
that is the most insane thing I've ever seen.
First of all,
that was okay back then. I guess you could pull your whole dick out and chase women with it.
I'm not throwing myself down the stairs for anybody. What kind of prove your love for me shit is that to have someone do?
That show is just a shit show and a half, but it's funny. It's so funny.
If you make me fall down the stairs, we have to go do something.
I don't think I thought it was funny when I was like watching it as a kid. I think I was just like
terrified. Oh, you were just not even. You didn't know.
I was unfazed by it, but as I got older, I'm like, oh, this shit was hilarious.
I haven't seen this in so long. You're really about to make me just go start binge watching all of the Next videos and clips, man. My favorite, the funniest part is when people step off the bus immediately and they're like, all right, next, not this person. Yo, the self-esteem dropping those guys, dude. Oh my God, that would kill me. That would be horrible.
Yeah, that show it's just funny. It's like, there's a lot of old school TV shows that I think are very funny. I really think that, what's his name? Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. We were to say Timmy Turner or Timmy Neutron. Timmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron was a great show.
Jimmy Neutron is still funny to this day.
Yeah.
You should go back and watch it because you'll be like, oh, as an adult, they put some shit in there that I didn't click with as a kid. It's so good. Same with Hey Arnold. I watch that show a lot. I have it on DVD. I watch it on fucking
What's your
Hulu.
comfort show?
That's my
Buying it on
show.
DVD is funny.
It is crazy. I've never actually opened a pack.
You just bought it as a collector's item?
This is my collector's item.
Like it's one of those fucking pop heads that people get these days. Jesus Christ. All right, Imani, is there anything that you want to talk about or something that I missed that I don't know about you before we get out of here?
No.
Great. Well, thank you for making time for the show. You were very cool. Thank you for I'm happy that I got to meet you here, I think you're really funny, and I'm excited to, see, everything that comes next, after meeting you at this point. I feel like next week you're just going to, you're already, doing your own shit, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be really fun I don't know. I like seeing people who you meet at some point, next year, they get some cool experience, and then they're just growing more and more and more.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be one of the greats.
I hope so. That's what I want.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. It was good to get to work stages with you. See you out here in Austin. Where are you off to next?
I'm going back home to Portland. Yeah.
You have any shows coming up or anything?
Josh Johnson. I'm hosting for Josh Johnson tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh shit. Where?
At Helium Comedy Club.
Hey. All right.
My first hosting gig. So
yeah. Congratulations. Round of applause out there, man. This has been another great episode of Bobby's Block Podcast, man. Here with Imani Denae. I'll say, even though that article Kent K.
No, that's my legal last name. I was like, what the hell? I was happy, but I was like, why you got my government name out for the whole world to see?
No, man, it's great. Listen, man, we love y'all. We appreciate you. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe. All right, click that link in the bio to help the podcast out so we can keep rolling. And follow Imani. Check out all of her content. You just might see on Netflix or HBO or Amazon or reality TV shows someday. You never fucking know. We love y'all. Peace. We gone.